I am working here on a design that's really quite crowded. One of the big advantages of working with layers in gCADPlus is to go into your layers stack and simply turn off, say, the plant symbol layer and just leave the construction layer on, so then all of our symbols get simplified greatly. I do have a problem with this symbol in here because the plus sign, the marker, is not behaving in the way that I would like. You should be able to zoom in and out. The marker should stay the same if you follow the principles that we've laid down for constructing symbols. Let's first look at the drawing and look at format and point styles. And this is a puzzle to me because the point style here is none. We would normally run with a plus sign through the point and set that about 1.5% of window height. Let's see if that makes a difference. And now a whole lot of new symbols do appear. You can see if we take this block here, if we can select it, we'll pick this one here and we'll edit it and see what we've got in the center here. We've got two lines and no point marker. So that's an internal cross that's been set on layer or plant construction, and that's correct. But if you follow our normal style, you would draw a point in there and mark that at the center and then exit. So a point's now been placed. I hope it's on the correct layer, and it's not. We should put that on the construction layer. And the other thing we need to do is to make sure that under format and point styles, we want to make that one a plus sign through the point. The advantage of this is if we rotate the drawing, which you will do to provide more interest, then the plus sign will always say square to you. So let's close the block editor now, and we've been working on this one down here. So that symbol there, which is a symbol for a climber, is now operating correctly, except that the base point is not quite made in the center, and I presume it's the same here. So let's come back here where I was and deal with this particular. It's an image for a Nandina, and it's been scaled up by a factor of 3.5 or so. So let's pick it and dive in there and edit it. And again, just check, we've got on the construction layer, so that's a line and that's another line. So we'll erase it. There is a point there, although to me that's not quite in the center of the circle. So we'll move it from that point there to the center of that circle. It must have been correct. So that looks good. So now when we close that block editor, can you see now as we zoom in and out on this specimen, the point marker stays a suitable size, and if we pick it, we can spin around, and that would be better done if I turn on the symbol layer now and turn off the construction layer. So let's pick that Nandina and we'll spin it around and then go back into our layers and go back and turn off. No matter how much we had rotated, that particular symbol, the plus sign, always stays square to us when we go print. And remember, those markers are for the construction team. So I've got quite a lot of work to do in this drawing. Many of these symbols have a marker and still some lines in the center. So it's a little complex to clean up, but if you use the standard way of doing symbols, all will be well. and it'll be more versatile. I'd like to demonstrate two little tricks that can help you deal with these issues that we've been raising quite easily. If we pick this symbol here, and if I zoom in a little, and if I right click and edit the block, we do have this problem. There's a marker that's been drawn with lines, so we can eliminate it, but we've also got a point in the middle. If I pick it here, see there's a point there. Let me close, without doing anything, let me close the block editor, and I'll go into our blocks command, and what will help is to display the base point and then close. This happens to be U-plant symbol 75. Now we're displaying a base point. So when I go here, and well, first thing we'll do is we'll just rotate this block, because remember, we like to rotate our symbols to give more variation in the appearance. So when we rotate using a permanent marker created by lines, it looks awkward. So we want to remove that. So let's now edit that block. And because we turned that marker on, we can see where the base point is. So we'll eliminate those, and I'm pretty sure now that we will have a single point in the center, and close the block editor, and that looks perfectly fine. Remember that we went to Format and Point Styles and made sure they were a plus sign through the point. Percentage of window height we set at 1.5, and if I use, let's change it to 1.75, and we'll OK that. So there's our symbol fixed up. So it's not a big tedious task to fix that using a couple of those tricks. So let's turn on our plant symbol layer, and now we can, and we'd better turn off our construction layer. And now, just for the problem with using computer aided design figures, is everything looks uniform, and we really do like to get some variation in here. See how if I pick each one of these symbols here, the rotation angle is the same in all of them. That adds to some repetition. So just move those around, give them a different angle. You might even just pick the symbol and right click and scale, and just scale things up and down a little, just to put some variation in. So I hope that helps.